Who's Johnny Somali, Ronald? I'm glad you asked. Let me show you.
He's got, apparently, allegedly, South Korean Navy SEALs out for blood here, all right? Apparently, it's to a point where there's allegedly a $700-ish bounty on this individual. Now, the other day I saw this post. Johnny Somali visits the Statue of Peace and apologizes to South Korean.
나는 조마오 죄송합니다.
Now, I'm gonna just say, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think this guy is actually apologetic.
No. If anything, his recent photo with his emergency passport that he thought was going to get him out of South Korea proved that his apology was full of shit. Johnny Somali is a famous kick streamer, and you're like, why he's not streaming on Twitch? Well, it's because he's so much of a he got banned off of Twitch, as far as I know. He made his career going around being a public nuisance because these Asian cultures are so incredibly polite and passive, so Johnny Somali felt very comfortable being openly a in these places. And he would make, in real life, live streaming of him walking through the streets and bothering people and causing controversy and vandalism and just being a dickhead, basically, because these Asian cultures would let him get away with it. So then he went to South Korea and he started pulling the same shit. Being disrespectful to a revered statue of a woman, creating a mess in a convenience store and playing his music loud off his speaker as he was eating, standing in the doorway of this convenience store and dancing, and everyone just had to shuffle around him. So he kept getting worse and worse and worse in South Korea. And then one day, South Korean streamers figured out that he was there and that that's what he was doing. And there became Korean live stream channels dedicated to hunting Johnny Somali. And Johnny started getting a little bit fucking nervous. And there was one instance where he's leaving a building and the South Korean live streamers who hunt Somali fucking found him and knocked his ass out. It was delicious, and my boner has only just gone down from watching it last week. Other things have happened. I'm not entirely sure of the course of events. No doubt Mudahar's gonna fill us in here. But he tried to leave the country and was blocked. South Korea said, no, you're not leaving. Then also took his passport, so he can't leave anymore. And he's facing between 10 to 29 years in prison because some of the things that he's done are actually crimes in South Korea. So he was forced to apologize and he's been trying to do this redemption arc. No one's buying it. There was a recent video he posted, I think it was maybe to TikTok, where this shit stain went to the American embassy in South Korea to get an emergency passport so that he could attempt to fly back to America. The dumbass posted this with a middle finger and his emergency passport, and everyone was like, oh, okay, so your apology wasn't real. But this idiot doesn't realize that this emergency passport still won't get him out of the country if he is officially on the no-fly list, which they will fucking see the second he tries to board a plane with his name. Everyone's like, yeah, you got an emergency passport, but you're still not going to be able to leave. You have to face the consequences of being a for so long without taking a breath.
So in Japan, Johnny Somali uploaded a few clips. Let's look at some of them right here.
Yo, what's up?
Just playing music loud off his little speaker like a prick.
Yo, I'm so sorry.
Now, yes, this is Johnny playing what appears to be a pretty racist song in a Japanese subway where people are just minding their own business, trying to get home, go to work, or do something. Now, obviously, this is what I like to call the, this is what people call the IRL, like, you know, donation sound. So usually you carry around this Bluetooth speaker, people donate to your stream, and it plays like soundtracks and whatnot. Basically, allegedly breaking into a construction site in Japan, but more importantly, being a public nuisance in a business, like you're about to see here.
Sorry, Hawaii.
God, he's like a fucking moron. I've never wanted to punch someone so bad in my life.
But it wasn't just police trouble Johnny Somali was experiencing. Johnny had actually attracted the entire attention of actual individuals who would hunt this man down as a blood sport, okay?
It's like that Jack Doherty kid. Ronald, let me tell you something about that Jack Doherty kid. He just got busted using viewbots. He was live streaming to 17,000 people, but his chat only had 3 people talking. That's nuts.
Right now, hop in Discord.
Yes.
So I have to cut that out. Somebody comes.
Yeah, of course you got to cut that out, Mudahar, because that's essentially porn, bro.
It's kind of wild when not only are you nationally famous for being a fucking nuisance, that you end up being on national news, but it's also crazy when, like, one of the more peaceful countries in the world where, you know, street crimes and assaults are kind of unheard of, Johnny is out there making Yakuza games a reality by getting fucking hunted down like a goddamn animal out in the wild.
Is that me?
Yeah, this you?
No.
You sure?
It's me. Yeah, what's up?
I got a problem with you, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a troll. I'm a
My
troll.
wife is Japanese.
Okay.
You go there insulting people like that. You know how many people died?
Look at this fucking alpha male, dude. This guy's got a titty split peeking over at the top of his V-cut. This dude is alpha. Somali is a little child compared to this man.
From Hiroshima joking about that shit?
I know.
So why
I
are you joking about the
apologize.
people?
I was drunk.
It's fucked up, bro.
I was drunk. I know
You know
it's
how many
fucked up.
families suffered, people suffered because of that? You're on the train harassing.
I love how it's like, I'm a troll. I'm a troll, man. I'm sorry. American kick streamer Johnny Somali appeared before a Japanese court today. He claimed he was sorry for his actions and he would not live stream again. And ladies and gentlemen, he would constantly be breaking this. You cannot trust anything this man says.
Yeah, he always goes back on any apology he ever does. He will do and say whatever it takes to weasel out of any situation.
Now, after Japan had basically removed him and he voluntarily left, from what I heard, then he decided the next country he was going to go to was Israel. But, you know, if you look at what he did to the Western Wall, this is what he decided to put in. Well, according to Johnny, it was Aiden Ross, as he's folding this image and sticking it into the Western Wall here. But the next examples are even wilder. He takes out Jeffrey Epstein, who I understand is Jewish. Would I consider him to be one of the best ones? No. Harvey Weinstein. Also, not probably the ideal Jewish person you want to put in.
Oh, no camera?
Huh?
How you doing? Hi. Wait here? Oh. Where's the mirror? Turn it off.
Just his mouth hanging open all the time makes me so mad.
This is a country where he literally gets his ass beat again, all right? Not just Japan. The Israelis are after his ass too. So what does Johnny do in South Korea? Well, Johnny decides that he's gonna make a fool of himself and start kissing comfort women statues as he reaches the country. He's throwing his ramen water all over a table and just throwing noodles. He's getting berated by fucking 7-Eleven of South Korea. Johnny not only, you know, basically makes a fool of himself, but any of these countries where, you know, they come across a black guy like every once in a blue moon. You know, imagine somebody going home from the subway and he's like, I just met a black guy today. And they're like, oh, how was it? Fucking terrible. Like, just imagine.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking I actually think I pulled something. This is another thing that I was going to say about Johnny Somali. He has a responsibility. As Mudahar said, not too many fucking black guys go to Asia. And you know, and for that reason, some some Asian cultures, like, they do have a stereotypical idea of black folks. So when Johnny Somali goes over there as a representative of his culture, well, not his culture, of his race, I guess, it's not going to paint a very good fucking light, because the representation they get over in Japan is infrequent. So the representations and the examples they do get are obviously going to have a lasting impression on the culture, on the city, on the town, on the people that see it. So yes, Johnny Somali has a responsibility to be a good example. He is squandering that. He is absolutely destroying that. Well, it's not even just, you know what? Even outside of him being black, it's also Americans. It's a bad image for Americans. It is. Japan already has a giant fucking problem with tourists. Now, it's not white tourists they have a problem with. It's fucking all of them. They especially hate Chinese tourists, but tourists they don't like. And whenever it comes to Americans and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, white Europeans, and it's all, you need to be respectful, you need to be considerate, and you need to acknowledge the, you know, the customs of the culture. So whenever people like Johnny Somali go over and destroy it for two demographics of people, then it makes sense as to why almost everyone would want this motherfucker dead. But this guy needs jail time. Not for him to learn a lesson, just to remove him as a cultural threat. He needs to be removed. He needs to be put in prison. He's never going to learn his lesson because he's one of those single-minded, amoeba-brained, money-hungry freaks who can only think about one thing, and that is do anything for the money. He's never going to learn. Ever. He doesn't give a shit. He's not cognitively capable of learning a lesson. He's not able to. Mentally outside of his capabilities. He can't do it.
So not only are you shitting on yourself, but you're making, foreign expats, American expats, Somalians, black people across the world who are, honorable, like good people who just want to fucking be part of civilized society. You're ruining it for them.
Exactly. Fucking hell. Like, Johnny has a responsibility here to be a representation for Americans and for black folks. I hate to think of some fucking normal civilized black dude going to Japan and some poor Japanese fucker who came across Johnny Somali sees this black dude and it's like, oh no, it's gonna happen again.
So a day ago, it ended up being out that apparently he was indicted on Monday without detention for creating a commotion at that convenience store clip that I showed you earlier. But according to this, there is a travel ban. But then Johnny decides that he's not going to just stack 10 years, he's going to add 5 and 7 years on top of it. And they might be like, how does this man constantly make a situation that much worse?
Because it's profitable! He's also a fucking idiot. I've noticed as well that idiots tend to fall ass first into success rather than smart people. You'll notice not a lot of YouTubers are particularly intelligent, and I'll tell you exactly as to why. It's because dumb people don't over-fucking-think things, so they're much more likely to riff on an idea without overthinking whether or not it's actually a good idea that has any value. They just fucking do things. They just do it because they don't have the mental capacity to think if it is good or not. I don't think, should I be doing this? Ever passes a neuron in Johnny Somali's head. Ever. The man is a donkey with a carrot dangling in front of him. The donkey would follow that carrot into the sea, into a fire, as long as it's walking towards the carrot. And it's the same with Johnny Somali. He's not thinking about anything else. He's not thinking like, man, I should probably stop looking at the money, aka the carrot, and observe where I actually am in life. No, he's like, money, 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 money. This is working. This is working. I'm getting money, and I keep weaseling my way out of every situation, so this obviously is working. People know who I am. Everyone's talking about me. Good, good, good. Give me the money and I'll be an asshole. And it's the same with Jack Doherty. He's the fucking same. That boy does not have a single coherent thought that lasts more than candy floss in a puddle, okay? Any figment of morality that flashes in that guy's gray matter immediately is just completely dissolved. This is why stupid people always do better. They don't overthink. They just do. His mouth always hanging open makes me so fucking mad, dude. He's got dumbass mouth.
A deepfake, pornographic video, or a deepfake video made of another person without their consent.
Let me show you my girlfriend. You want to see my girlfriend? Look at this. I have a Korean girlfriend. I don't know why you guys want to attack me. Even I have a Korean girlfriend. She's a streamer. Bong Bong IRL. This is my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. Bong Bong IRL. I have a...
So this seems like it's just a Photoshop right off the bat. I don't know how close these people are. I haven't really researched their connection that hard. But what you're about to see next is an AI video of basically allegedly Johnny Somali kissing this Bong Bong IRL.
See, now this is the kind of restrictions that should be in place. People viewing deepfake pornography, because this shit, this ruins lives. This can actually cause people to take their own life.
Even if you stream an image on the internet, if you didn't produce it, deepfake content could increase from 5 to 7 years in prison, effectively making this guy spend, if all charges are maximally applied, you're looking at 17 years in jail, okay? So again, people are like, why would you give this guy more attention? The reality,
I sincerely hope that the judge has at least some knowledge of Johnny Somali's history. Not just the events that he's being indicted for. I want them to be aware of the fake apologies that he's already done, the crimes that he's already committed, the disruptions that he's already committed in all of the other countries he's been to, and they take those into consideration. Because it's always a bracket of time, you know? Like, this crime could get you 5 to 10. In situations like this, where the individual has proven themselves to be irredeemable, always go for the upper end of the bracket. There's no way he's getting out of this. If he comes back to the US, he will get decked. it.
The final strike is already done. You know, people are like 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes, you're out. South Korea was in fact that 3rd fucking strike. And again, look,
Mudahar does bring up a good point here. He has ruined his life forever. There's going to be lasting implications for his behavior for the rest of his life. I mean, the moron's probably like fucking, what, 24? He seems quite young. When this guy's like 44, if he fucking makes it that far, or 54 when he matures and he gets, you know, enough experience to resemble intelligence, do you think he's gonna look back on this and think like, oh, fuck, I've been such a dick? There's gonna be lasting implications to this. Trading their lives for going viral. I did say that. I mean, people always talk about, the cost of living and how high it is. We've never lived in a society where you are able to make money through the internet without any qualifications. You could, as an unqualified idiot, create a viral series of videos and become a millionaire within a month. Hell, you can even supplement your income with several $1,000s per month if you have even something vaguely successful somewhere. And not everyone is willing to do stuff like this. The evidence suggests that the more of an ass of yourself you make, the more of a dick you are, the more unapologetically a dickhead you are, people will want to see that because it's a guilty pleasure, isn't it? It's like watching a fetish or a fantasy play out that you're so desperate to have in real life. It's like, oh, I wish I could be that much of a in real life, but he's doing it and I get to watch it. I get to see what would happen if I did it. And it's so enticing to watch, but you're sacrificing your entire life. You're sacrificing your reputation, you're sacrificing your future, you're sacrificing how your kids are gonna see you, how colleagues are gonna see you, how peers are going to see you 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, 40 years down the line, because that's going to be there forever and people are going to be able to see that. They don't think about that. They don't think that. They're just like, if I'm a dick loud enough, I will get millions of dollars. And for a brief time, I will be better than everybody else. Which sounds like a great plan. But unfortunately, long-term ramifications, especially if you go full dumbass like Somali did, and you do literally anything and everything you can. I mean, Jack Doherty's the fucking same. That kid's like, is anyone got like something stupid I could do today? Because I'll fucking do it. No one does that. No one wakes up and they're like, what's the dumbest thing I can fucking do today? Because they know in a real situation, the ramifications are terrible. But if you're a millionaire that makes money off of being a dumbass, that's your main priority. It's like, who can think of the dumbest thing? I could lick the elephant's foot in Chernobyl. That would be funny. You know, like really stupid stuff like that.